careless moment, Deborah pushed her. Almost scream echoed through the forest, then faded into silence. Deborah stood trembling for a moment, her hands shaking. Then she turned and ran, her heart pounding so loud it drowned out the world. That night, she opened a hidden box beneath her bed. Inside were items she had secretly gathered over time, a wig, makeup, and fair powder. With careful hands, she transformed herself. When she looked in the mirror the next morning, the reflection staring back wasn't Deborah, it was Omar. She practiced Omar's soft voice until it sounded perfect. When Tiga came to visit, he didn't notice a thing. Soon, everyone believed Omar was alive, radiant, happy, and in love. But the truth, Omar was gone. Or so everyone thought. Once upon a time, in the lively city of Port Harcourt, there lived two inseparable friends, Omar and Deborah. Omar was fair-skinned, gentle in nature, and as beautiful as sunrise after rain. Her charm was effortless, her smile, disarming. Every time she walked through the bustling Mile 3 market, traders would pause in admiration. "Fine girl. Come collect one mango, no pay," they would shout playfully, waving ripe fruits in her direction. Children adored her. Strangers turned to stare. Even the air seemed softer around her presence. Omar carried the kind of beauty that made people feel light. Beside her always walked Deborah, a woman of striking dark skin, rich, smooth, and radiant like moonlight. Her beauty was quiet, deep, and steady. Yet, next to Omar's golden glow, she often went unnoticed. Deborah never complained. She smiled whenever Omar was praised, even if her heart sometimes whispered questions she couldn't say aloud. She told herself she was content, until that afternoon that changed everything. It was a hot, dusty day. The sound of honking cars and shouting traders filled the air when a sleek black car slowed to a stop beside them. A handsome man leaned out of the window. His smile was charming, his voice calm. "Excuse me, ladies," he said, "please, where is Rumola Junction?" Omar pointed down the street. "Just there, sir. Keep straight." The man's gaze didn't move from her face. His eyes lingered longer than necessary, admiration clear in them. "Thank you," he said softly. "Miss Omar," she replied. He repeated her name slowly, almost tasting it. "Omar." Deborah felt her chest tighten. Inside her mind, jealousy whispered cruelly. "What's special about you? You're just fair like ripe pawpaw, nothing more." From that day, everything changed. The man, whose name was Tiga, began to visit Omar often. He brought her fruits, small gifts, and compliments wrapped in smooth words. Omar wasn't interested at first. She avoided his advances, polite but distant. But over time, her heart began to soften. His persistence felt flattering, almost comforting. Deborah noticed every glance, every gift, every smile. And slowly, something that grew inside her, a seed of envy that took root and refused to die. One afternoon, Deborah said cheerfully, "Omar, let's go to the stream behind the old bush path. The water there is so clear, we can wash our hair and relax." Omar, always trusting, smiled and agreed. They walked through the quiet bush path until they reached the wide, shimmering stream. The air was cool, birds chirped softly above. Omar knelt down and dipped her hands into the water, laughing at the chill. And in that single careless moment, Deborah pushed her. Omar's scream echoed through the forest, then faded into silence. Deborah stood trembling for a moment, her hands shaking. Then she turned and ran, her heart pounding so loud it drowned out the world. That night, she opened a hidden box beneath her bed. Inside were items she had secretly gathered over time, a wig, makeup, and fair powder. With careful hands, she transformed herself. When she looked in the mirror the next morning, the reflection staring back wasn't Deborah, it was Omar. She practiced Omar's soft voice until it sounded perfect. When Tiga came to visit, he didn't notice a thing. Soon, everyone believed Omar was alive, radiant, happy, and in love. But the truth, Omar was gone. Or so everyone thought. The stream had carried Omar's unconscious body far away into the arms of fate. An old fisherman named Papa Ifani found her tangled among the reeds and pulled her ashore. He took her home and nursed her back to health. Weeks later, Omar woke up, but she remembered nothing. Her name, her home, her past, all gone. Papa Ifani called her Ngozi, meaning blessing. She lived quietly in his village, surrounded by kind people who admired her gentle spirit. Men noticed her beauty. Women adored her humility. Children followed her wherever she went. Then, one day, she met a young man named Ola, a hardworking stranger who had left Lagos to find a new life in Port Harcourt. Ola was simple, respectful, and kind. They talked for hours, laughed freely, and in time, they fell deeply in love. Their wedding took place beneath an old mango tree, small, pure, and filled with joy. Months later, a call came. Ola's father, a respected politician in Lagos, was ill. They packed their few belongings and traveled to the city. When Ngozi arrived at his father's mansion, she was stunned: marble floors, golden lights, and servants at every corner. Only then did she discover the truth: Ola was Chief William's son, the heir to immense wealth. She smiled through her tears. Destiny had carried her far, from pain to promise. But in another corner of Lagos, Deborah's stolen world was crumbling. Tiga, the man she had schemed for, was caught. He wasn't rich. The luxury car he used belonged to his boss, Chief Williams. He was arrested for fraud. Homeless and desperate, Deborah begged for work. By a cruel twist of fate, the only mansion hiring a maid that week was Chief Williams' house, the same home where Omar, alive but unknowing, now lived as madam. The first day Deborah saw her, she froze. Omar stood by the window, smiling, her beauty glowing even brighter than before. Deborah's hands shook as she whispered, "Good morning, Ma." Omar turned and smiled warmly. "Good morning. What's your name?" Deborah, Ma." "Nice to meet you, Deborah." Omar's voice was gentle, familiar. She didn't recognize the face before her. Her memory was still lost. But Deborah's knees weakened. Every night in the servants' quarters, she cried quietly, staring at the soft bed she made for Omar, the shoes she polished, the gowns she ironed. "If I hadn't let jealousy blind me," she whispered into the darkness, "this could have been me." One rainy evening, Deborah walked silently into Omar's room with a cup of tea. Her hands trembled as she placed it down. "I'm sorry," she whispered softly. Omar looked up. "For what?" Deborah smiled through her tears. "For things you don't remember, and I can never forget." Omar stood there, confused, but as Deborah turned to leave, a single tear rolled down Omar's cheek. Somewhere deep inside, her soul stirred. Her heart remembered what her mind had lost. Moral of the story: jealousy can make you lose what was never meant to be yours. And destiny, no matter how far you run, will always find its way home.